Number 10. Jungkook's physical toughness is undeniable, and no one can deny that the K-pop industry is a cruel arena. Years of rehearsals, camera pressure, endless schedules, and never-ending public expectations, all of which require an idol to be not only talented, but also physically resilient. Among the members of BTS, Jungkook has proven himself to be an unshakable bulwark in terms of stamina, strength, and body discipline since his trainee days. He was known as a young man who almost never complained about training. Even when others were exhausted and asked for rest, Jungkook continued to push himself beyond his limits. Rehearsals showed how he kept dancing with precision as sweat soaked his shirt and his breath hunted. Behind-the-scenes cameras showed how he kept training even after the scheduled performance, as if his body was tireless. And the most obvious proof of Jungkook's physical toughness is not just in his stamina, but also his courage to perform at his best when injured. Several times the army watched him still perform despite bandaged legs, or his back ached. Number 9. Jungkook's voice is BTS's real secret weapon. In a world full of auto-tune and digital voice masking techniques, Jungkook comes with raw yet bewitching vocal colors. He's not just playing vocals. He is the breath that unites many BTS songs, and no true army would deny that Jungkook's part in many of the songs is a major highlight. From the euphoria that takes the listener flying, to the high notes in on that make the hairs stand up, Jungkook's voice is not only beautiful, but also technically strong. His high vocal range, clarity of articulation, and ability to express emotions make Jungkook not just a good singer, but an outstanding vocalist on a global scale. Jungkook is also known as the only member who almost never experiences vocal errors on stage. Even in a live performance without lip sync, it is still able to act. Number 8. Jungkook's dancing ability is equivalent to a professional dancer. BTS's choreography is notoriously intense and technical. There is no room for error. And when it comes to executing moves with power, precision, and beauty, Jungkook is almost always a standout. What makes Jungkook different from the other members in terms of dancing? First, its flexible but sturdy body. Her posture supports almost any choreographic movement of any genre. Secondly, his body control is amazing. It can move at high speed without losing balance and can withstand gentle movements with perfect rhythmic precision. Third, the vibe. There's something about Jungkook's aura when he dances that makes it hard to look away. Whether it's power-packed choreography like in Mic Drop or a lilting slow motion movement like in Butterfly, her body expressions always carry. Number 7. Jungkook's aura is always changing but always winning. Jungkook is the only BTS member who can change from boyfriend material to stage god in 1 second. He can be cute, sweet, and adorable while with ARMY, but turns into a wolf on stage who hypnotizes anyone watching. This changing aura is not a gimmick. It is a reflection of the emotional and intellectual depth that is rarely found in a young idol. When she smiles at the camera, the world feels warm. But when he opened the concert with piercing eyes and hardened jaws, the audience knew something big was going to happen. This is the power of the aura, something that cannot be learned, cannot be taught, and can only be possessed by someone who is destined for the stage. Jungkook's changes are also evident in the transformation of his appearance from year to year. From a shy teenager with brown hair and a big hoodie, he turned. Number 6. Jungkook's multitalency is unquestionable. Many idols are called multi-talented, but Jungkook is the most complete definition of the word. He can not only sing, dance, and rap. He can handle it all and keep growing. He makes videos. He directed. It edits. He drew. He plays drums. He plays guitar. He can play the piano. He studied boxing. He's a sportsman. He can imitate the voices of other members. He can imitate animal sounds. Even when given the task of making coffee or painting, the result is still stunning. And the most striking, he never rests on his laurels. Jungkook is the kind of person who sees things, gets interested, and then goes deeper into them. Not just trial and error. There is no half and half. Even when he was learning a foreign language, fans could see his own notes full of hand scribbles and grammar patterns. When he draws characters, he is not satisfied with just one sketch. He repeated, He's perfect. Number 5. Jungkook's work ethic is unmatched. Speaking of hard work, all BTS members certainly have incredible dedication. But when it comes to pointing out who is most hungry for self-improvement, who never gets enough even after achieving everything, one name is most often mentioned by the other members. Jungkook. Jungkook's discipline is not just about arriving on time or repeating exercises. It's deeper. Jungkook is the type of person who can't sleep well if there's one dance move that he doesn't think is perfect yet. He once re-recorded his song many times just because he felt that one note did not come out as expected. He is the cruelest critic of himself, not because he is a perfectionist for the sake of praise, but because he feels full responsibility to give his best. His story of learning music production on his own, without the full help of the HYB team, is not just an additional story. It was proof that he never depended on reputation, seniority, or... Number 4. Jungkook is the most consistent member from the beginning until now. Many longtime ARMY fans know Jungkook never changes in value. From the beginning of the debut until now, when BTS has become a living legend, Jungkook remains Jungkook. This consistency is what makes him feel more real than other idols, even compared to other BTS members who sometimes show drastic changes in image and approach. When BTS debuted, Jungkook was a shy magne who laughed while keeping his mouth shut and often stood behind the other members. But look closely, even then, she's already showing an amazing pattern of consistency. She rehearses longer, she stays quiet more when the camera is on, and she learns a lot from her Hyung without saying much. Now, years later, as he stands as a center on the world stages, he still shows the same pattern. I don't talk much on variety shows. Prefer to show sincerity through action. Number 3. Jungkook connects all BTS members. In a group of 7 people of different personalities, ages, and backgrounds, there will always be tension. There will always be distance. But during this time, one of BTS's strongest adhesives came from Jungkook. He was a little brother who didn't talk much, but was always in the middle. When V feels alienated, Jungkook approaches quietly. As Jimin cried, Jungkook was present and reached out without asking. When Jin behaves like a prankster brother, Jungkook still compensates with laughter, not resistance. Even with RM often appearing to be a serious leader, Jungkook treats him like a regular Hyung, without pressure, without distance. Its role as a bridge was never announced, never exhibited. But if we look at their documentation over the years, Jungkook has always been a quiet spot that makes other members feel. Number 2. Jungkook knows when to shut up and when to talk. Many idols fall not because of big mistakes, but because of ignorance about when to talk and when to be silent. Jungkook, despite being one of the most watched artists in the world, is hardly ever involved in word scandals. The words that came out of his mouth were always measured, sincere, and timely. Even when she's emotional, she knows how to convey it without hurting. The most obvious example is when BTS is facing difficult times after the Grammys or when ARMY is attacked by the international media. Jungkook rarely appears as the most vocal. But when he spoke, everyone heard. When he writes a letter on Weverse or delivers a message through a concert, his words come from a sincere place. Not wrapped in rhetoric. Not made up. And precisely because of that, his message penetrates the heart. Even when faced with sensitive questions about relationships, mental stress, or BTS's future, Jungkook chooses to remain silent. Number 1. Jungkook is the BTS version that the world loves. The biggest reason Jungkook is cooler than the other members isn't his talent, visuals, or even his hard work, but because he is the most complete reflection of BTS itself. He is a representation of everything that makes BTS beloved by the world. Hard work, simplicity, sincerity, strength, tenderness, creativity, and authenticity. The world didn't fall in love with BTS just because of the music or the performance. The world fell in love because BTS felt real. And Jungkook, with all his merits, is the most vivid manifestation of BTS's honesty to the world. This is the main reason why Jungkook is cooler than